it's a new comic book day for the week of January 18th. And we're gonna get started with Team Ashen doing comic book reviews for all y'all awesome Patreons. So stay tuned.
Hey guys, it's Paul from Ashen Phoenix, and I am going to be reviewing, I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of catch up here, because last week we didn't get to Justice League versus Suicide Squad issue number 4, so we're doing 4 and 5 this week, so that way we are caught up. So, a lot of ground is covered. If you haven't picked these up, they're game changers as far as the series is going. Maxwell Lord has set his plan into fruition, and it is going about as swimmingly as you would hope, especially because it's the middle of the series, so it can't be thwarted that easily. It's got to be done, dragged out to issue number 6. But it's been really well done. Was not expecting the big reveal in issue number 4, and that plays a huge part in issue number 5. Spoiler, if you do know anything about DC Comics you've been reading for the last 20 years, the cover of the comic is going to give away what's going on if you haven't read issue number 4 yet. So I'm not even going to lift it up yet, but pick it up. Make sure you pick them both up. Number 5 continues on with that twist, and we are dealing with a lot of damage. And it's not going to go as well as you're expecting it to go. And the big reveal at the end was a huge bombshell, and really interested to see how this one finishes up. But definitely pick them both up. If you haven't picked up last week's, pick it up. If you did pick up that, make sure you pick up this week's too.
Okay, so the first comic I'm going to review to you guys is Curse Words. Never read this before. Pretty awesome. About a wizard. He's pretty cool. He's got, you know, your typical modern day popular haircut. It's nice. And he's got a beard. And he does wizard things, and it's really, really intriguing. And throughout the whole book, he's, you know, exploring this new world that he's not used to because he used to be a slave. And he's really into it, but then he makes a lot of mistakes. So, you should pick this up because it's awesome.
Hey guys, Tim from Capes and Scowls at the comic book store, 30 North Main Street, Glassboro, New Jersey, and let's talk about some books. Let's talk about Monsters Unleashed. It was interesting. The setup is there, but I'd have to spoil the ending to tell you where they're going with it. But basically, all this issue is monsters showing up in different parts of the world and the superhero community divided trying to fight them. That's literally it. There's not a lot else going here until the end. It was okay. It's alright. If you like monsters, I thought it would be worse. It's okay.
Alright, next up, we have the Uncanny Inhumans, issue number 18, and Deadpool and the Merc for Money, issue number 7. Both of them are Inhuman X-Men tie-ins. Neither of them have anything to do with the series. These tie-ins have been really hit or miss. Some of them have absolutely everything to do with the series, and then some of them have nothing at all, and just a brief mention of what's going on. The Inhumans were dealing with Black Bolt's brother, who has been imprisoned and is breaking a couple people out because he needs to cause a little havoc because he doesn't really realize what's going on, and then realizes it's a war until the very end. And then he hatches a plan to basically fix what's going on. Will it help? We don't know. But if you're interested at all in the series, or you've been reading Uncanny Inhumans, you'll pick this one up just to see what's going on, because I have a feeling it's going to do a lot more damage to the title than it is to the actual series. Inhumans versus X-Men on the Deadpool side is Deadpool. It's a 5 years in the future kind of thing. The fight is over, but of course it's time travel, so you never know if it's going to be right. They're searching for Teenage Negasonic Warhead, who is back. Really not a lot I can say about it because it does spoil a lot of what's going on in the actual fight. Do they catch up with her? What's going on? It's a twist on what's going to be happening in the actual series. And it may or may not cause problems down the line for Deadpool, especially if this new timeline holds in any way, which it could. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. That's how Marvel is. You know how they are with time travel. It's usually kind of something convenient. But they're Deadpool is well written because it's Deadpool. If you like Deadpool, you're going to like it. The Inhumans was at least interesting. I didn't really know a lot was going on, so it was good to actually read a story that didn't have anything really invested in, and it held my attention. So I would pick them both up, especially if you are reading the overall series.
Second one I'm going to be reviewing to you guys is Gwenpool, and I love Gwenpool. I read it one other time other than today, and it's just good. It's just funny and great, and you can tell from the front. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's a bunch of Gwenpools, but it's not actually Gwenpools. It's just a bunch of hot guys dressed like Gwenpool, and that's also mentioned in the comic. It's really awesome. It's really fun. You should come pick it up.
All right, and next we got The Few, #1 from Image. The art is very different on this book. Let's give you a taste of it. Art. Paul didn't want to read it. He says, I hate this art. And I'm like, I love this art. This art's pretty sweet. The story wasn't very sweet, though, and I was pretty much bored to tears. The basic idea is it's post-apocalyptic. There's a map in the beginning, which they don't even really mention this at all, but there's a map. If you pay attention to it, it says, there's different areas in the U.S. that have good drinking water and others that don't. And it's basically a Mad Maxy kind of winter apocalyptic kind of story. It's not awful. It's just a really thick $4.99 book that takes a really long time to go nowhere. It might be great, but issue 1 is not. So maybe check it out in trade. I don't know, but the art's cool. At least I think so. But Paul hates it. But you know what you like, so come on in and check it out for yourself. It's a weird story, but if you like weird. Alright guys, we're going to tell you what trades are coming out tomorrow. We're going to do this rapid fire. Last Sons of America. I didn't read it. I heard it's great. Al loved it.
It was awesome.
Al says it's awesome. The Goddamned. It's by Jason Aaron, who does Thor. And it's really good, and it's biblical, and Cain and Abel kind of stuff, and it was okay. And, hey, speaking of Jason Aaron and Thor, he wrote this, Thor. And Scarlet Witch. I didn't read it. You read it. You liked it, right?
I did. It was nice.
Well, there you go. It was nice. Green Lantern Hal Jordan. This is a compilation of old Green Lantern stuff. It is...
Jeff Jones.
No,
it's not.
It's Gerard Jones. That's like the same thing. Emerald Dawn 1 and Emerald Dawn 2.
And that one's a thick one.
Mm-hmm. Horizon. I didn't like this.
Oh god, that was terrible.
And we have Harley Quinn, Volume 5. But that's not all. We've got Volume 6 in hardcover. Hardcover. Officer Down. Isn't that like a movie or something? I don't know. Exo Manowar. If you wanted to start on Volume 13, now you can. Old Man Logan, Volume 3. Justice League, Volume 1. Star Wars. Who doesn't love Star Wars? Snowblind. I read this. It was alright. Detective stuff. Killer Be Killed is awesome. We reviewed that. Really, really good. And Chew is weird and awesome. And then you got The Flash. You guys love The Flash.
Which was good.
Alright, and my final book is WWE #1. And this is the greatest variant in the history of variants. Because it's the Universal Championship. And you can hold it up here while you review the book. Like you're somebody. Isn't that cool? It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Dude, this is cool. So, this book it was okay. So, it takes place when Seth Rollins won the title, which actually happened, but it's written as if there's actual interactions between them in the back, and it's not all entertainment. It was interestingly done. The writing was pretty good. It actually felt like Seth Rollins' monologue. The backup story with the New Day was great. They were written, it sounded like each individual member of the New Day. It focused on them in their time machine, which they had on an episode of Raw. If you don't follow that, it's pretty hilarious. But yes, this is a great variant. The Universal Championship. You can just go like this and be really lame like me.
Okay, guys, and the third comic book I'm going to be reviewing to you guys is The Mighty Captain Marvel. This is issue #1, so it just came out, and it is pretty interesting. I mean, I have never heard of Captain Marvel before, but I'm really interested to see where the whole book leads to. She just kind of saved a child that half Cree, and she's half Cree, and so she saved that child. She called it Bean, which I guess makes it kind of her pet now, and it was interesting. I would definitely read it again. I'm gonna kind of follow up on it to see what exactly happens. So, you guys should pick it up. Tell me what you think about it, and yeah.
Last but not least this week, I'm playing a little bit of catch-up, so here is the first trade for Rat Queens. Rat Queens is an awesome series. It is Dungeons & Dragons, but with a modern twist. And by modern twist, I don't mean it's humans being dragged into it. I mean, it's just written for people that are talking now. It's rude, it's very irreverent, it's well done. Rat Queens was a great book with a lot of potential, but unfortunately one of the artists decided he wanted to beat his wife too much, and they kicked him off the book, and then it toiled with a couple different artists before ultimately stopping and going on a semi-permanent hiatus. The reason I'm bringing this up is because Rat Queens is relaunching with a soft reboot in March. So it's going to be a new team of writers, but the art is going to be similar to what it was in the past. How closely this is going to go into the series, we're not really sure. We're not really sure how much of a soft reboot it's going to be or how much ground they're going to retread. But if you really like the Rat Queen series, and I highly recommend this one because it was hilarious. It really pissed off Tim because I wouldn't shut up about it. I was reading it half to him. I was reading it half to Lexi. It was that good. It was very engaging, and I love the dialogue. The dialogue is definitely something that reminds me of how we talk to our friends and how badly that is. All right, guys. This week's winners for promotional posters that we've been giving out this week are Carlos and Norm. So Carlos and Norm, shoot us a message with your address and we will get you out the posters. Congratulations on winning. To everybody else, make sure you enter next week, or this week rather, for a chance for 2 more different posters. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, subscribe to Capes and Scowls, like this video, and then comment with a recommendation that you found from our review series thus far. And that's pretty much it, guys. As always, it's Paul, it's Tim, it's Lexi. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, like what we're doing, share it with your friends because we need more eyes on this thing. And if you like what we're doing, we would definitely appreciate it. See you guys next week.